So what we're going to make today is we're going to make candy cane Christmas cupcakes, and what you're going to need to do with those are you're going to need 2 large eggs, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of milk, which could be low fat is fine, which I have homogenized here. We're going to need a half a cup of vegetable oil, which I have a lot right here. We're going to need a tablespoon of vanilla extract, which I have right here. We're going to need 1 1/4 tablespoons of peppermint extract, which I have right here. We're going to need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, which I have a nice big bag over there. We're going to need 1 1/2 tablespoons of baking powder, which I have right here. We're going to need 1/4 of salt, a teaspoon, and I have that here as well. And you're going to need a half a tablespoon of red food coloring, which of course I have here. But I want to put frosting, which I have pre-mixed frosting right here that I bought. And of course some candy and decorations. And you'll need the liners as well. Now you can use any kind of liners. I have the festive ones for Christmas, and I also have the very inexpensive ones. So it all depends on what you want to spend on the liners. So I'm going to show you how to make this when I skip to the next step. So what we have here is a half a cup of sugar and a cup of flour. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the baking powder in, and you need 1 1/4 in there. And there's the 1. And now we're going to find the 1 1/4 and put that in as well. There it is. And since I'm making a double batch here, I'm going to put another 1 1/4 in. You don't have to do that because you're making a single batch. The steps will be written at the bottom to show just exactly what you need in the comment box below, yeah. Below the video. Beautiful. So now we're going to add in the salt, and you'll need 1 1/4 of a teaspoon, and since I'm making a double batch, I'm using 1/2, so that's in as well. Now that we have all the dry ingredients, we're going to actually whisk them together before they mix together nicely, because you wouldn't want spots where the salt would be or anything like that. And then we're going to add in the 2 eggs, and since it's a double batch, I have 4 there. And we're just going to continue to mix it up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the half a cup of milk, and since I'm making a double batch, I'm adding a full cup in, and we're just going to continue to mix it up. So what we're going to do now is you're going to add in a half a cup of oil, and I'm going to use a whole full cup because I'm making a double batch. So there's half cup. And then there's the other half a cup for the full batch. And we're going to make sure these are all mixed fully. You want to make sure that it's blended together. What we're going to add in now is a tablespoon of vanilla. And since it's a double, we're going to add a double batch. And so what we're going to add in now is the peppermint extract, which is going to be the 1 1/4 of TPS, and we're making double, so we have to use more. So what I've done is I've taken some of the mix and I put it in a bowl, because now I'm going to add in some red food coloring, and you want to add in red and not green because no one wants to bite into a muffin and have a green inside. It's just kind of a thing, right? So I'm going to mix this in for we can get that red swirl in the middle of the muffins, and I'm going to skip to the next step when it's time to add it in. And I'm going to add a few more drops in just because I want it to be a deep red. You can make yours whatever color you want, but depending on the amount of redness you want, you'll have to add it to your own flavor. What I'm going to do now is we line the cupcake tray with the papers, and we put about a scoop or so with the spoon into the bottom. So now we're going to use another spoon, and we're going to put the red in. And how we're going to do that is we're just going to put it in using the spoon, and then we're going to move to the next one. And we're going to continue on until we have them all done like that. And then we're going to show you how to finish them up before they go into the oven. If they look like that, what we're going to do is we're going to put another scoop of white on each of them, just to cover up the red there before you can see the swirl throughout them. And it doesn't even have to be too much, it just enough where it's in the middle, right? Because you want the swirl in the middle. And they are muffins, so they will rise, so you don't have to worry about filling it to the top. But it will add such a very pretty color throughout the... And depending on how dark you went with the red, we'll cut one in half once they're done and show you what they look like. So I'm just going to skip to the next step. So these are what the muffins are going to look like once you take them out of the oven. And as you can see the red throughout them, which does make them look very pretty. And now we're going to decorate them. Now I'm going to use white icing, and I'm going to change the color of it, which I have already done with some green food coloring. Now I mixed it in a bowl right there, and I put this in the bag. Now I don't have one of those fancy things for dispensing icing, so I use a Ziploc bag, and you just cut the corner off and it will come out really nice out of that, and that way it's really inexpensive. So we're going to decorate them in a second. I'll show you how to do that. So now we're going to put the icing on, and you would just squeeze it like you would any other bag, and we're just going to go around in circles. And once we get the icing on, I'm going to put that there. I have some candy as well, and it's crushed candy cane, since they are crushed candy cane cupcakes. So I'm going to grab a bowl and sprinkle that on and show you what it looks like. So what we're going to do with these candy cane cupcakes are we're going to actually sprinkle some crushed up candy cane, which I have right here, on top of them, just to add the candy cane effect to them. And it does make them look very pretty. So you don't want to sprinkle too much, just enough that you know it's candy cane. Or if you like a bunch, you can add a bunch, but so what I'm also going to do is I have little mints here, and I'm going to stick that in the middle. Now, if you're making them for little ones, don't put these in the middle. But if you're making them for adults, definitely adds a nice little look to them. So there you have it. So if you like, subscribe and leave a comment, and definitely try them out. It does make a beautiful festive treat for Christmas. Thanks.